Every fitness influencer, every TikTok doctor, every health blog is telling you the same story about weight loss drugs like Ozempic or Mounjaro. They're all basically the same, right? Just pick one and watch the pounds melt off. The truth is, these medications work in completely different ways. Some deliver life-changing results. Others barely move the needle. Today, we are ranking all 10 major GLP-1 drugs from weakest to strongest. You'll discover which ones actually work, which ones are overhyped, and which one matches your goals. By the end, you'll know exactly what to ask your doctor for. Zepbound tirzepatide weight loss powerhouse. Let's start with the absolute monster of weight loss drugs. Zepbound isn't even technically a GLP-1 drug. It's something far more powerful called a dual agonist. While regular GLP-1s target one pathway, Zepbound activates two systems. It regulates appetite, burns fat, and enhances insulin response that accelerates weight loss dramatically. The results? Users lost an average of 21% of their body weight in trials. If you weigh 200 pounds, that's 42 pounds on average. Plus, the FDA just approved Zepbound for treating sleep apnea when linked to excess weight. This drug isn't just changing how you look, it's helping you breathe better at night. The downside is intensity, serious gastrointestinal side effects, and doctor supervision is required. Wegovy, the multi-system changer. Wegovy takes a different approach that might be more important for your long-term health. This is high-dose semaglutide designed specifically for weight loss, delivering around 15% body weight reduction. But here's what makes this special. The FDA approved it for 3 different conditions: weight loss, heart disease risk reduction, and fatty liver treatment. This isn't just about fitting into smaller clothes. Wegovy literally prevents heart attacks and reverses liver damage while melting fat. It's very unusual for a weight loss drug to help with so many different health problems. This makes this drug the best choice for people who want to improve their overall health, not just lose weight. Mounjaro tirzepatide, the diabetes destroyer. This next one changes everything you just learned. Mounjaro uses the exact same dual agonist mechanism as Zepbound, but it's marketed for diabetes. In head-to-head trials against Ozempic, Mounjaro destroyed it. One study tracked users for a year. Mounjaro users lost 15.3% body weight compared to just 8.3% with Ozempic, nearly double the results. Here's the confusing part. Mounjaro is only FDA approved for diabetes under that name. Want the same drug for weight loss? You need Zepbound. Same medication, different label. Ozempic, semaglutide, the famous name. Now we get to the most recognizable name in the entire category, and this might surprise you. Ozempic is not approved for weight loss. The most famous weight loss drug in America is not actually approved for weight loss. It's a semaglutide injection designed for type 2 diabetes control. Yes, users do lose weight as a side effect, typically around 8 to 10 pounds. You also get cardiovascular and kidney protection, which is valuable. Ozempic is the drug that made GLP-1s go mainstream, and it deserves credit for that. But if your primary goal is serious body recomposition, Ozempic's mild effects and lack of FDA weight loss approval make it a questionable choice. The reality is this: Ozempic works great if you're managing diabetes and want some weight loss as a bonus. But if you're specifically chasing fat loss, there are much better options available. Trulicity, dulaglutide, convenient and protected. If you thought that was good, here's something even better. Trulicity works differently. It focuses on being easy to use and safe. You only need 1 shot per week, and it's so gentle that even kids as young as 10 can use it safely. It also helps protect your heart and may help your kidneys. You won't lose as much weight with Trulicity, maybe around 10 pounds at higher doses. It's not the strongest weight loss drug, but it's simple to use and you don't have to worry as much about side effects. Trulicity is a good choice if preventing diseases like diabetes and heart problems is more important to you than losing a lot of weight quickly. It's also good if you don't want to deal with complicated shot schedules. Saxenda, liraglutide high dose, the daily shot. Saxenda is interesting because it was the first weight loss drug of its kind. It works pretty well. Adults lose about 8% of their weight, and teenagers lose about 2.5%. But there's a big problem with it. You have to take a shot every single day, not just once a week like newer drugs. Having to remember a shot every day makes it really hard to stick with over time. Rybelsus, oral semaglutide, the pill option. If you really can't handle shots, Rybelsus gives you another option. It's the only weight loss pill of this type you can buy. You just swallow a pill instead of giving yourself a shot. Sounds great, right? But there are problems. Your body doesn't absorb the pill as well as it would a shot. You also have to follow strict rules. You can't eat anything or take other medicines for 30 minutes after taking it. Plus, doctors aren't sure yet if it helps protect your heart, like the shot versions do. If you want something convenient and don't mind smaller results, Rybelsus can work. But you won't get as good results or as much protection against diseases compared to the shots. Sometimes taking the easier route means you get weaker results. Rybelsus is a good example of this. Byetta, exenatide, the affordable choice. This brings us to the granddaddy of the entire category. Byetta is twice-daily injections before meals. It's inexpensive and available in generic form, but it's completely outdated. You get some weight loss but no major heart benefits, and the injection schedule is incredibly inconvenient for modern lifestyles. Byetta is like the flip phone of GLP-1 drugs. It works in a basic sense, but it's way behind in features and results. Most doctors only prescribe it when cost is the absolute top priority and insurance won't cover anything else. The reality is that sometimes older and cheaper isn't better. It's just older and cheaper. Bydureon, extended release, exenatide, smoother shot. Looking for something better than Byetta, but not quite ready for the newest drugs? Bydureon gives you once-weekly exenatide in a more convenient auto-injector. That's definitely more manageable than twice-daily shots, but you're still getting the same base ingredient with the same limitations. No cardiovascular benefits, weaker weight loss effects compared to other GLP-1 options. Think of Bydureon as the middle lane. Less hassle than Byetta, but not built for big outcomes. Sometimes middle ground solutions satisfy nobody completely. That's the Bydureon story. Victoza, liraglutide low dose, the insurance favorite. Last but not least is Victoza, the lower dose version of liraglutide. It shows modest weight loss around 5 pounds and provides solid diabetes management plus heart disease protection. It's a daily injection, which seems less appealing than weekly options, but here's the key advantage. Insurance companies love Victoza. It's often covered when newer, more expensive drugs aren't. For patients navigating tight budgets or coverage limitations, Victoza becomes the practical choice. It doesn't lead transformation charts, but it quietly supports metabolic control in the background. Sometimes the best drug is the one you can actually afford and access consistently. The secret to choosing right. By now you might be thinking, if these are so different, how do I actually choose? That's the secret nobody talks about. These drugs are not interchangeable. Matching your personal health goals, lifestyle, and biology to the right mechanism is where real transformation happens. If you are chasing maximum weight loss, Zepbound is your answer. Want comprehensive health protection? Wegovy delivers. Managing diabetes with weight loss as a bonus? Mounjaro or Ozempic makes sense. Avoiding needles at all costs? Rybelsus is your only option. Working with insurance limitations? Victoza might be the practical choice. The key takeaway that changes everything? These aren't just weight loss shots, they're precision tools. And like any tool, you have to match it to the specific job you need done. Choose wisely, have honest conversations with your doctor, and remember that the medication is only part of your transformation story. Your strategy and consistency determine everything else. If this breakdown helped you cut through the confusion, share it with someone who's overwhelmed by all the options. And if you're curious about combining GLP-1 drugs with specific nutrition or exercise protocols for even better results, there's definitely more to explore. The injection is just the beginning of a much bigger transformation story. Like and comment which GLP-1 you are on or planning to adopt.